Guys, what's up? Wild Prezi here, and today I will be showing you guys my best class setups in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now, I use these three classes whenever I play competitive Call of Duty, not public matches, but competitive Call of Duty. That could be GBs, UMG, or ranked play, or any random tournament that I find or my friend finds. These are the classes that I always use, and they work really well for me. Now, I'm not saying that these classes are going to work well for you too, but you really do want to test out the palette of guns and attachments and perks and all sorts of things that you can possibly put in a class. You definitely want to try everything out and make sure the class that you are using is really the most comfortable class that you possibly can use. Because when it comes to competitive Call of Duty, it really does come down to the last bullet and the gunfights, and you really do need to be super comfortable with your class. Now, you guys can either steal some of my classes or pick and choose or just completely disregard everything, but definitely check it out. I will be explaining everything that I use as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I went ahead and cleared out these three classes so we can make them. First things first, I like to make sure my S&D game is really strong. S&D is probably the best game mode I am at, and honestly, it's probably the most preferred game mode I pick too. So I always want to make sure I'm able to shoot fast, which is why I like to use the ASM-1. It's powerful and pretty quick, and you can run fast with it too. I like to stay on the run, which is why I use the ASM-1, and it does work really well for running and gunning, which is kind of what I do. I'm more of an aggressive player. ASM-1, I also put foregrip, advanced rifling, and quick draw on it. These allow me to be able to draw the gun out faster, shoot in a point without getting too crazy, maintaining my accuracy, especially from a long distance. That's important. And the advanced rifling also helps with being deadly from a long distance. Now, the second thing I like to do is go ahead and put overkill on. I like to make sure I have a sniper in case I'm in those really long distance battles or I can see someone, but shooting them too far with the ASM-1 is a little risky. I would need multiple shots and they'd get the chance to get away. So I like to put the Moors on, and I put thermal on it. That way, whenever I look in the general direction, maybe it's on a bomb site or whatever, I can see if they're highlighted, and it really makes them pop. It makes a huge difference. If they have cold-blooded on, I'm still looking in the same general direction. It might take me like another second to figure out that they're actually there. But again, I love thermal and I love Morse. It's just what I'm comfortable with. Now let's go into the perks. I like to use lightweight, I use fast hands, and I use blast suppressor and toughness. Now these are just my go-to perks. I pretty much use these on every class. We have the blast suppressor, allows me to be able to jump without being noticed. Toughness allows me to have a better chance in gunfights. I was about to say win gunfights, but that's not always true. But it does keep you from recoiling ridiculously when you are getting shot at, so I can maintain my accuracy as well. We have fast hands, allows me to switch between the guns faster, and lightweight allows me to continue to run, because if there's one thing I'm good at, it is eating bullets and getting out of the way. I like to dip out of there as soon as I start eating bullets, unless I'm already shooting at them and I can challenge them. But if not, if they find me first, I'm pretty freaking good at getting away from them, running away, and giving myself a second chance. I don't use an exo ability or exo launchers, especially in Search and Destroy. I know a lot of people do. A lot of people don't have the two weapons. A lot of people use one weapon, but I like to use the two weapons. Again, I do have a backup plan because you always want to make sure you are able to adapt to a game. Like if the class you're using doesn't work out, you want to be able to switch to a different class in the middle of the game so you can fix whatever's happening. Exo abilities, I know a lot of people like the mute device. I've never really used it too often. A lot of people call me crazy for not using mute device, but I've been doing pretty well without mute device. So that's just my preference. You guys can put that on if you need it. If you don't, go ahead and try it without. And then exo launchers, I just don't use them. So this is my go-to, the #1 class that I pick whenever I'm playing S&D. Now if I need to switch things up, or if I'm playing hardpoint or some other kind of running and gunning game, I like to keep the ASM-1. I like to maintain that. I make sure I have the same attachments because I always want to make sure that the ASM1 stays consistent from game to game, from kill to kill. I don't use a secondary. That is the switch. That is the trade-off. I like to use lightweight and fast hands in case I do need to pick up a gun after I kill an enemy. That always comes in handy. Fast hands is really good. And then I like to use overclock. Again, not mute device. I like to use overclock. I like to get around the map pretty fast. I put on 2 stuns as well. That way I'm able to be effective if my teammates need help, or if I know someone's into a place, I can go ahead and stun them before I run in. It's really helpful. Overclock allows me to get across the map faster. I always use it at the very beginning and like to get into a place where the other team wouldn't expect me to be, which is really good. It can come in handy. Again, I'm an aggressive player, so that's just kind of my play style. If you guys are aggressive, definitely check out these classes for yourselves. I'm going to go ahead and go to my last class. Now, this is for whenever my ASM1 just isn't doing it. Maybe it's just not strong enough. I need to kill enemies faster. I need to put out some more slaying power, but I don't really need to be as mobile. I like to use the Val. Everyone hates the Val. The Val and the ASM1 are honestly like the most preferred guns. A lot of people hate on it because they get mad that people only use these guns. Well, it's because of the stats. They are really well. This one has the fastest fire rate out of the guns that I use. And it looks like it has the fastest fire rate out of every assault rifle, which is pretty good. I like fast firing guns. Again, I'm just kind of an aggressive player, so fast firing over higher damage is kind of what I prefer. I like to go ahead and put foregrip, quick draw, and I put on stock. That way I'm able to keep my shots on point and be able to dip and weave and dodge and all sorts of things. Sometimes it helps when I'm coming around corners. I don't really use it whenever I'm like shooting at someone like this. Now that I think about it, I like to use my aim more because I have the 20 sensitivity, which helps with me. But again, it does help me whenever I'm trying to come around corners fast. Also, aside from that, I don't use a secondary as well. I like to put on overclock and stun. Again, the rest of the setup is pretty much the exact same, and this is just what I prefer. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, enjoyed to see what I use, and maybe it helped you out, maybe not, please leave a like on this video, and also comment down what you guys would like to see. Maybe you'd like to see some public classes that I use to get DNA bombs and sorts, or maybe you guys want help on your competitive game. So if anything, leave a comment telling me whether you want to see more public game stuff. I'm losing my words. Leave down in the comments below whether you'd like to see me help you guys out with public matches or competitive matches. Whatever is fine. You can be as specific as you want. I'm really losing my words at the end of this, and I'm sorry about that. So I'll wrap it up and tell you guys that I will talk to you guys later. I hope you guys have a good day. If you're interested in getting the Ascend DLC for free, I am doing a giveaway on my channel. The link to that will be in the description below. And I really need to stop talking because I am pretty tired. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day. See ya.